hello there.
Not gonna lie, I really wish this was tomorrow.
Why?
I had, up until yesterday, I thought it was tomorrow, so I had just planned around it being tomorrow. We're gonna hang out with Sarah tonight. Because Saturday, I'm not gonna see her. Friday, I'm not gonna see her. Tomorrow, I'm not gonna see her.
You done goofed? How about that impeachment, though?
Impeachment Part 1?
night of news.
Yeah,
I had
saw
to throw
the headline.
headphones on, so like I would stop yelling at the screen while Kara was trying to sleep.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear it just
Oh.
fine.
Excellent.
What's up, Chris?
There's a basket.
So,
Pants and it's
So what is the next step for Trump's impeachment? Got to go through the Senate next.
You mean the
I
thing
think
that
they
won't
hold
happen?
Like
I think the
said,
Senate
trial,
holds like
right?
a trial or some bullshit. Yeah.
It's
But
okay. All the people praising it don't understand. Then the next step probably won't happen.
yeah.
I mean, still a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
It's
but people are
status.
like, people will tout this as like the be all end all, like, and then this is more or less as far as it'll go, and then the other side will
Yeah,
be
they'll
like,
just-
see, he was innocent the whole time, because they'll just take the extreme of either situation.
Isn't that how politics work? It's just only extremes.
It's true.
That's why it's the left and right.
I want you to know every force of nature was trying to get me to not play tonight. I left work early. I hit traffic. I got
Snow
home.
squalls.
I had a fucking sick kid crying and upset.
So you put the kid to bed.
Guess what I
Fuck
did?
you, kid.
Put the kid to bed.
Fuck you, kid.
That's exactly what I did.
Was I gone for
So-
that fucking long? Jam.
Yep, you were.
Things move faster, man. You got to keep up.
That's right.
Went to go find me a goddamn pen. Oh
Yeah,
shit,
we
where'd I
have-
put that pen? Fuck. Oh, there it is.
We actually we're done. So thanks for playing, everybody.
Fuck, I guess I'm dead.
Great.
Yeah, you died.
Fucking knew it.
Jump right in. I can't remember who did it last time, but
It was me.
Chris O'Connell is doing it this time.
No, I did it last time. Don't make me do it this time.
Okay, fine.
I thought it was other Chris that did it last time.
Yeah, wasn't it Chris Monday last time?
don't know.
Probably. As
I've
long
done
as
it
it gets me out of doing it this time, sure.
Somehow I just think that O'Connell's
All right.
lying.
Seth, you're up.
No,
Congratulations.
no.
Excellent.
How did I
We
get roped
literally
into
have
this?
a VOD. We can look at this.
I'm going
That's
back.
what he
I'm
gets for
playing the tapes
talking.
back.
Go ahead, Seth.
I was gonna say, starting next week, I don't care who did it last time.
I'm just letting you
That's the new
know.
rule.
I'm just letting you know. I had to ask Josh what happened because I couldn't remember.
It's been a long time. I barely remember what happened. So give it a shot, Seth. Give it a shot.
So we put on our little containment suit doohickeys, and we started off meeting the scientist dude, and it turned out to be the guy that fucking hates Josh. or
He
hates-
loves me.
Well, sort
It
of.
goes back.
Yeah, he's conflicted. And they gave us our containment suits to go into the mines, or into the I guess it is
Mines.
kind of mines, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we, after much debate on how we were going to be handling it, we put it on our suits and just dove in, and took our boomsticks with us, and after going, I don't remember the exact details because it's been so long, but we fought through the first room, fighting and shooting at robots with our boomsticks, and jumping into mine carts and hitting levers to send said mine carts flying through the mines. And the last thing I remember was us hitting a point where the mine carts were starting to split off in different directions, depending on, I think it was a button that we hit.
The lever.
Yeah, the lever.
Yes.
And then I think we got split up to in a 2-2-1 fashion. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
And I think Ye is by himself. I think that's all I remember, right?
No,
Nope,
it's
Negative.
me.
By himself.
Who's by
I'm in
himself?
danger.
Oh damn!
So
You're
so
mobile.
Ye and-
You move
Ye and,
fast.
Ye and Josh are going to Pyro. Chris O'Connell and Seth are going to Extract.
That's right.
Chris Bermondi is going to Hydro Biosphere.
That's right. And that was where we left off, with our mine carts careening towards our respective rooms.
So yeah, just a couple other highlights, and I only remember this because I listened to it not too long ago to refresh. So Pinchy is currently being upgraded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
guys stole some schematics from a guy who
I
helped
thought
you.
that was the session
Goose.
before that, so I
The
skipped over that part.
goose.
That was the first half of last session was a lot of like
Mm.
small sections. So
Gotcha.
Yay got his mountain badge.
That's
And
right.
won a Cinder Maw Tiger, but I'm not 100% sure
I
on
was
that one.
duped by the name Jim.
Yep.
It
It
was a
happened
gym
again.
of sorts.
Yes.
That was the biggest
and then
bamboozle that we've seen so far.
and then you guys also did a little side quest with Mool, where him and Jimmy, I think, are currently working to upgrade Chris's sword.
That is
Oh yeah.
Found
Yep.
his secret night location.
that.
But all right, so we will jump in back at the moment when the mine carts split.
Can I ask one question? The boomstick, what was our modifier add?
It was
D20 plus a dex mod.
dex
Dex
mod
and
unless
prop
you were proficient with
in martial
with
weapons.
crossbows or bows.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a two-handed weapon with a range
Yep.
of. So let's see, who do we want to start with? So you guys split and you look on as in horror as you all careen off in different directions. And let's see, we will start with Nors and Ezekiel.
Hell yeah.
Nors being in the front. And you guys shoot off down the center, and you pass through a couple openings. Enter a fairly large room, and above you see what looks like a thick metal grate. And so you're kind of underneath the grate, and then there's basically some small piles of like crushed stone above you. And to your left, you can see a ladder that leads up on top of the grate. So you guys are kind of like underneath this grate that
Still
spans across
moving,
the
or
entire.
it's stopped?
Nope, you're stopped. Yeah, the
Oh, okay.
minecart stopped.
Okay.
You guys are at the end of the line that you're on now.
And the
Okay.
grate is also not moving, correct?
The grate is not moving. The grate is the floor. Think of it as like the floor, and you're underneath it.
Oh, so it's like
Okay.
sifting through stuff.
That's something that you figure out. Yes.
Okay.
So we got a ladder.
Yeah. So you got a small ladder that leads to the top portion of the grate.
I mean, is there what does it look like behind us? Like is there any way to get back to get to the other
So
rooms?
the minecart could go back in the other direction, but it looks like that it's locked in place because there's no load in it right now.
Mm.
Looks like it's designed to travel when the load is full.
So basically, you cannot do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you can do anything you want. You just can't.
Nice.
I mean, we have two
I wanna
options. We
climb.
either like push forward and try to get probably to kick puncher. Because did we see that he went off by himself?
Yeah, you guys saw that everyone split up.
Okay. So I feel like that's probably what we should do is go, since the other team has a party of two. We should go try to get to kick puncher.
Do you want to skip this room, try to like backtrack?
No,
walk
I don't
into
want to
a trap?
backtrack. I mean, I just whichever. I mean, either force our way through this so that we can try to get to kick puncher, or backtrack. But that doesn't seem like an option.
All
So
right.
you can backtrack. I'm not saying you can't. You just have to get the cart to go back in the other direction.
Can you give me an idea distance-wise if we backtrack what that's like? Because
So you
There's a
only
time limit, right?
Yeah, there is a time limit. So
Oh,
you
that's
guys
right.
have 35 minutes remaining. But you only traveled down this path for a few minutes. So we'll say if you backtrack, you'll be down to about 30 minutes, we'll say. At the moment you split, you had 35 minutes left.
I don't know. He might be done. He might be able to make it through his room by the time we get back there.
He's fast.
It's true. Maybe we
Let's
should
climb
push
the ladder.
forward. Yeah,
I climb the ladder.
and I follow
Okay.
behind him.
Climb the ladder. So you see, a better vantage point for what you can see before. So again, scattered across the ground are piles of small crushed stone that were too big to fit between the grate. And on the opposite side of the room, about 100 feet away, is the exit.
What else is in the room that we can see once we get to the top of the ladder?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yes.
The exit, is it a door? Is it open?
It's a door,
So it's a closed door?
closed door. Yep. So then you see as well. There's, it looks like it's a door that a minecart could pass through. There is a track, but there is no minecart there.
Was that shaft what did it seem like there was a mechanism that's supposed to lift a minecart up from that shaft that we climbed up?
No, nope. There's no mechanism on that side. It looks like that's the exit path, right? So
Oh, right, we're
materials
coming in through this
leaving.
backwards.
Yeah, everything's backwards. Yeah,
That's
so the
right.
finished material will be leaving from there,
That's right.
and then raw material from the other side.
Ugh.
Do I see is there robots or precipices where robots could come out?
So you do see, like we'll say like spaces in the wall where robots you think could be. We'll say automaton. I'm just gonna use robots. That's fine. However, they're all empty. It looks like the room is not in use.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess let's just try to force our way through that door, right? That's the only way to go.
Yep. Walking. So there's a wall there, or we could walk straight across the middle of the grate. Let's walk closer to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys begin walking towards the door, the ceiling starts to lower down.
What
Uh,
is it? The whole ceiling for the entire place?
The whole ceiling for the entire place. Basically, from where you came up that ladder, it's pretty much even with that point. So you could retreat back to the ladder, be safe.
let's retreat back and see
Yeah.
what happens to the ceiling.
Let's jump back to the ladder.
All right.
See if
So
the ceiling
you
goes
head back to the ladder, and you can see that it takes about 30 seconds for the cycle to complete. The ceiling lowers all the way down to the grate. It finishes crushing those few remaining piles of stone that you saw. They pass down through the grate and they're funneled down to the minecart. And then the ceiling lifts back up and turns into place.
All right. So it's not pressure sensitive. It's timed.
Are we sure about that? Because it started as soon as we stepped up there. Oh wait, no, it
Okay.
didn't start because there's rocks there, so maybe not.
There is a couple small piles of rocks, so there probably wasn't much weight sitting on it.
So maybe it is weights.
How
Can-
many feet across is it to get to the door?
100.
Shit.
I'm gonna cast.
How far can you jump, Chris?
I'm going to cast jump on Norse, and it triples his jump
Very
distance.
far.
It triples his jump distance.
Nice. So
And I'm gonna
I've got 50 feet of movement speed.
just so that for posterity, because I know, just so we remember, I'm rolling this for. Okay.
Okay. And what's your jump distance, Chris? It's just your strength score times 3.
It's just my strength score. So my strength is 18.
Okay.
Jump distance can't exceed your total movement distance.
Even if
But
it's even if it's
It's a
triple from a spell.
I think would he cast jump on him, so it triples that distance. Because otherwise, that spell would be pointless. I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look up the spell. Hold on, I don't care. You can jump.
I can
Yeah,
jump 54 feet.
Yeah, because otherwise, I don't think
Yep.
that spell has a lot of value.
How long does it last for?
1 minute.
Oh, good. So in 2 jumps, I can make it to the door.
Hopefully. Is there a spot? Is there a spot what looks to be like a safe spot, like at the door entrance, like it?
So there is not a safe spot at the door entrance from what you can see.
Oh, wait. You said there was spots where it looked like automatons could come out but couldn't. Does the grate?
That's on the walls. Each wall you can see there's spots where it looks like the automatons could stand and be outside the crushing area.
Outside the crushing area. There you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
But not on the door side. The door is directly across from you. So if you were standing in front of the door and the ceiling
Oh.
came down, you could get crushed.
Jeez.
However, you could stand off to the side. It's about 30 feet across.
This is
Okay.
very bad design by the dwarves.
So can we both fit in one of these automaton spots, or just one person at a time?
You could both fit in 2 different ones.
Okay, that's what I meant. Yeah, so we wouldn't be able to fit in the same one though.
No.
Okay, so I mean, we could not leapfrog, but we could just like shimmy our way using those every time it crashed down
Yep.
to get across, and then you could jump across from the last one to the door. Yeah,
So, just a metagame. Do you have polymorph?
I do.
Why don't you just polymorph him into a bird or a bat?
Because I don't want to.
Save the spell slot.
Yeah,
You're fine.
because it's a very powerful spell slot.
And obviously, I don't let you guys
Yeah.
rest. So.
I know. I have one.
We're fine without polymorph.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. That is a very good plan. I'm not very smart, so it's fine. I mean,
So
my plan would-
through some elaborate hand gestures, I convey this message to Norse. And we're going to use the precipices to avoid being crushed each time the ceiling comes down.
Okay. So doing that, you make it across. So I'll say that you're in the last precipice on each side before the door.
okay.
The ceiling's at its apex.
I jump to the door.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
I
Next.
jump to the door.
Okay. So you're standing in front of the door, and the ceiling starts to lower.
Try to open the door.
The door is jammed shut.
Would you like a strength roll?
Tell me how you want to get the stuck door open.
I want to drop my shoulder
You can think it open.
no, I can't. 8 int. That ain't happening. 18 strength, 8 int. Athletics check. What would you like?
Yeah, athletics is fine. Yep.
Okay. Hold on. Wow. Fuck.
So you lower your shoulder and slam into the door as hard as you can, and you are soundly rebuffed. And the ceiling is, we'll say, almost at head height. So you're going to start ducking too soon.
Jump back to a precipice.
Jump back. It's at your head height.
Oh, I run back.
All right. We'll say you make it back to the precipice just in time as the ceiling crushes down to the floor and then starts to go back up.
All right, I have another idea.
Okay.
Okay. So you need to jump to the center of the room, as close to the center of the room as possible, right when it's available.
Okay. I'm for it. Whatever he's telling me, I'm just gonna do.
Okay. So you do that. So the ceiling starts to come back up. As soon as you have enough headspace, you leap to the center of the room.
Okay. Right when he gets to the center of the room, I'm going to now cast polymorph and polymorph him into a rhinoceros.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So
I-
a rhinoceros has 21
Do I
strength and the
do I have
charge
to
ability.
Google polymorph? You can definitely turn him into a rhinoceros.
I can turn him into any beast with a challenge rating equal to or lower than his level.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like B shape where you have to like have seen the beast too. You can just do
Okay.
anything.
So
All
and
right.
this is the card for a rhinoceros.
Fuck yeah.
So a rhinoceros has 21 strength and the ability called charge, which I think maybe we can utilize in a clever way to charge at the door and maybe get the door open.
All right. So we'll say rhinoceros Nors. So I'll give you the same strength check with advantage because you're charging
Okay.
to knock the door down. What do you look like as a rhinoceros, by the way? Are you like a standard rhinoceros? You have a
No, no.
Probably a little horny.
I'm
No,
a half-
how dare you insult?
This is a half orc rhinoceros. Like
I mean,
he's green. He's got tattoos. It's fantastic.
I imagine it still has orc arms and hands.
So you want me to still use my strength modifier, like that
You
or my
use
accurate?
the Rhino.
Yeah.
You use the
Sorry,
Rhinos,
hold on.
which I linked
Hold on.
in
Yeah.
Discord.
Hold on 1 second, though. I gotta take cookies out of the oven. Sorry, give me 1 second.
I threw up an image in Discord of
So
your new player
at
card.
21 strength, that's +5. I don't know. I was God. So
Plus
what does that give
5
me?
plus your proficiency, maybe.
Everybody
No.
dance now.
No.
Bam, 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 bam.
So that just gives me
Not serious.
+8 from 18 to 21. That makes sense.
With advantage.
With advantage. Okay. There we go. Let's do it. When Will gets back.
Okay.
No.
So entirely unrelated. Have you guys baked a dead GPU before?
Baked a dead GPU.
No.
I'm not sure even
I'm
what
back.
that means.
You can finish your conversation. I'm back.
Oh no, no
No,
conversation.
I want him to
About-
ask you too.
about
No, I want him to ask
baking.
Oh
you
yeah,
too.
ask
Baking
Will. Go ahead, ask Will.
Is it about baking GPUs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
that's not something I do.
I have an old one that like I got it to work for all of 30 seconds before it blinked out again. So I'm trying to diagnose.
I think
its
we
thing.
talked about this before, right? Were we thinking about trying this once before for something?
I think it was your old TV that we had to like
Yeah.
fix it
I thought it was
dead
a
whatever
PlayStation.
on it. Oh yeah, that could be it too. That's easier.
Does it have like a heatsink on it that you need to like reapply
Oh, it's
gel
a
to?
no. It's a whole. I've stripped it down to the PCB. I took
Oh.
everything off. I couldn't tell if there was a short anywhere, so I basically ran a heat gun through the MOSFETs in case there was corrosion. I like just tipped it onto the actual GPU core, and then just let it hang out for like a couple hours. Then plugged it in. I got the BIOS flash for all of like 10, 15 seconds maybe. Started to load Windows and then blinked out again.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm
so
charging a door.
yeah, you're charging. I'm sorry, you're charging a door. You're like a Centaur thing. Oh
27.
shit. Okay, so you shoot across the room. I mean, the ceiling hasn't even begun coming down. I mean, you were just going full out, and you hit this door with I don't know how much a rhinoceros weighs, but we'll say a fuck ton. So you hit the door with a fuck ton of force,
Nice.
slam through the door, and then you also slam through the minecart that's off
Oh
track
shit.
on the other side of the door that is opening, casting it, kind of down the chasm off the side of the rail. So the
Excellent.
door's open. You're outside. You're standing on the track, but the minecart is gone.
Oh, you can ride a rhinoceros now.
Hell yeah! As soon as I have the ability to like
Oh
make
yeah,
my
you
my
got
way up.
plenty of time. I mean, the freaking he was off in a flash. So
Yeah,
the ceiling just hit the apex again.
I'm all for that idea. I run up and just fucking like Legolas style, just like leap up onto his back and get ready to just ride down this
Charge down
minecart.
there.
Yeah.
All right, you jump on the back of RhiNORSeros, and you're shooting down the minecart track.
For the
Yes.
record, I fucked up. I should have made you an elephant because I can, and it has an extra point of strength and also the charge ability. But this
Okay, I kind of like the image of the rhino. I think it works really well. So. And again, yeah, you can see what happened with the room is that the minecart came off the track, and got stuck, which is why the automatons weren't using it at the time.
Mm.
Why the room was abandoned. All right, so let's jump. Since you guys are out, we'll jump over to pyrometallurgy. We have Nofstrid and Urken. So same thing.
Yeah.
We'll cut back to the 35-minute mark. You look over, see your Patriots heading off in different directions. You guys travel for a few minutes. You enter an actual fairly small room. There's first thing you notice as you come into the room is that it is brutally hot inside the room. Probably one of the most, uncomfortable and sweltering environments you've ever been in. And I'll actually take a DC 18 con saving for
Oof.
DC 18.
You were really hoping I went in there, weren't you?
brutally hot. No, because you would have passed. It was irrelevant. So
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh,
Awesome.
Oof.
Woof.
Cast your endless water supply.
Your saving throw is only 2.
Yo, that decanter of endless water though.
Yeah, my my saving throw
no.
wisdom and charisma.
Wait, you say it's only a +2? Wait, what? It should just be. It's just the +3 for your thing, right?
Well, it's a saving throw, so some people.
Wait. Saving throw. I thought. Yeah.
I'm not proficient in con saving throws.
Yeah, so for some people it's just your con modifier, and then if you're trained in con for saving throws, then
Oh, you're
some
right.
people's
Mine.
con saving throw is higher.
Or
You're
you're
right.
But
It might be
I doubt
unbelievably
I doubt
hard.
either of you. Yeah, I doubt
I
either of you
am.
are trained for
This
con.
this
I
this would
am
be
trained for con actually, but it
What?
would have only made it a 7, so we're good.
17. Okay. So you both just are collapsing under the weight, especially in your suit, which is not making it any cooler for you. And you're both going to have 1 level of exhaustion while you're inside the room. Which exhaustion at 1 level means that you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Oh,
While you're inside the room, you have that.
Cool.
Okay.
The second thing you notice in this room, outside of the just absolutely terrible temperature, is another of the smelter bots that you encountered in the very first room. It has not seen you. It is currently smelting down a large pile of stone on the opposite side of the room, but it is standing in front, kind of its body is in front of the door, and it's facing off to the side, working down a pile. So it has not seen you at this point.
But we got boomsticks.
Boomsticks. If you remember, this is the automaton that melted Ye's face.
Because we didn't shoot it with the boomstick.
It's true.
Actually,
I didn't know.
I think Chris killed it in 1 shot, right? He
I
crit
critted.
and
I
he
critted,
crit
so you
and
didn't
hit.
hit that other.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's the situation. So you guys let me know what you want to do.
All right, so we're in a small room. So what's, I guess, behind us is a cart and the track ended.
Yep. So same thing as the other room. So the cart comes in. So you guys are in the exit cart, right? So that one kind of locks into place. We're waiting for the finished material. On the opposite side of the room, on the other side of the smelter bot, you think you can see what looks like a cart and a track that leads out of this room. But again, you'll either have to get through or by or around the smelter bot.
So sorry
see.
again. How wide was the room? And do we remember
So
how wide the fire blast was from the first shot?
So I'll say you remember that it was a 20-foot cone, and the room is about same as the other, about 30 feet wide, but only about 50 feet long.
Okay. So and you said he's in the middle of the room, right?
Yeah, so he's kind of in the middle of the room, and he's facing to, like, we'll say, like, the back right corner, or not back, but the front right corner, right? So facing away from you diagonally. So his body is definitely in front of the cart, but you could get around him. You want to try to sneak, or you could fight him, or
Do 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 do.
So wait,
polymorph
do we-
into a
do we
rhinoceros.
Ha,
All good stuff.
Do it.
Let's see. Do I have polymorph? No, but I do have invisibility.
Of course you do.
I look at Urk and I'm like, I can go invisible too. You want to just run it?
Do we remember? I'm sorry. Not straight. How many shots did it take to kill the smelter bot earlier?
I was on the ground. I do not remember. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 3.
I think it
Hey,
was 3
no
too.
metagaming. Yeah, you were definitely dead when
He was not dead. He was
he was unconscious.
dying.
He was unconscious. Oh, no metagaming. I'll say Urkin can remember he was awake.
All right, well, let me just flip through my notes.
I gave the appropriate disclaimer.
I did, yes. So you were like, not to metagame, but metagame.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's in the Geneva Convention.
3 shots, so theoretically. Oh wait. What kind of weapon is this? Boomstick.
It's ranged, so range
15-foot
simple.
range. So if you have an expertise in either, or a proficiency in any kind of bow or crossbow or anything like that, then you have proficiency in the boomstick.
You're talking to the Lord of Proficiencies, of course he does.
Yep. But no, that's not what I'm asking. Oh,
I don't
anytime
think
I
you're
take an
proficient
attack,
in every weapon.
I'm proficient in ranged and simple. And where's the other?
Told you.
Jesus.
I am proficient in this weapon. There it is.
This class is a genie.
I'm a genius. I am the master of all.
No, I said genie. Genie.
I know, and I said genius. I could be.
Blonde with big tits who winks.
All right. Smith's tools. So ready. Yeah, so I get simple weapons just for being an artificer, and then I get martial weapons for specifically a battlesmith. This is simple ranged weapon.
So you're proficient with your stick. So it'd be your dex bonus plus proficiency.
Cool. Honestly, I say we just sneak attack.
Are you a rogue?
He doesn't see us. We can just pick up our boomsticks and shoot.
I mean, are we rolling a stealth against his passive perception? Is that how
No,
we
we're
want to
behind
do
him and
this?
he doesn't
I'll
see
say
us. No,
I'll say if you guys want to take the first shot, I'll give you a surprise round, and you'll roll initiative after that.
Cool, I'm for it.
This is either going to be a very quick battle or a terrible battle for you guys. Man, right here. It'll be fun. All right, take your shots. I'll have you two roll. All of you two roll initiative.
Oh, I crit. That's a dead bot, right?
So, all right, yeah, dude. Let's see if we're gonna finish it here.
Nope.
So, Erkan, what does this crit look like? I mean, so we'll say that you take the first shot, right? You
So
have
we
some
say
time.
that
You line it up.
I pull out the boomstick, and looking at it before I shoot, I notice that there's a little wire that's fucked up on it, and I'm like, no, the dwarven technology don't know what they're supposed to be doing. So I take out a little, wrench and a screwdriver, and I quickly, put that wire back, and I put a little extra juice in it, and all of a sudden, like the brightest light shoots out of this boomstick, and it looks like it's just going to destroy the entire room. I mean, you might as well go blind looking at it. But when the light dissipates, the robot's just on the floor. It might as well not have been.
So it didn't die. It takes 2. Let's make sure we can qualify that. So it, it hits 2 of the control crystals, wink out immediately, and then you hear it roar as it turns towards you, firearms blazing. And now we're gonna roll initiative.
I would like to
Hold on,
preface
hold on.
that
This can end
I
really poorly for us.
Hold on. See, I get an
Okay.
extra attack as a battlesmith.
Okay, yeah, go ahead then.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we also
I wanna
preemptively spread out.
I'm trying to remember. Hold on. All right, God damn it! What does the killing blow look like? Ah, so close.
So the light dissipates, and somehow it's still standing, and you see there's complete shock on my face. But that doesn't dissuade me. I pick it back up and I shoot again, and as it falls to the ground, I just look at my boomstick and go, "This is mine."
I too look at my boomstick and just say, "Huh, that was lucky."
We do like to crit against smelter bots.
Hi.
He said, "Hi."
What was this
Hi,
gonna
Chris
be?
times 2.
There we go. 47.
Hi.
Hi.
They said hi.
Everyone says hi. Hello.
Right.
All right. So, God damn it, that was so close and so far away. All right. So you guys blew
16d6.
this. Yeah, that's. I mean, if you got hit with both firearms,
Smelters. Oh wow.
which actually pretty low. There's a lot of ones.
Been dead.
All right. So you guys smoke this, or we'll say that Erkan smokes the smelter bot. It's collapsed to the ground, and you have a free pass out of the room.
Just want to quickly, do a quick search on the smelter bot, see if maybe I can take one of these control crystals out.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
wait, no. If I do that, we get in trouble by the dwarves, right?
So they did ask you not to damage the equipment if you could help it.
Can you take it out
If
without
we
damaging
can help it.
Well, I
Right.
feel like taking it out would be considered damaging it, right?
I mean,
So they're designed to be removable, but you are stealing from them. I think of it like a battery, right? That's kind of what it is. So they're designed to come in and out. But
I'm going to turn to Yay, or I'm going to turn to Nosor. yeah, Nostra didn't ask. How do you feel about me taking one of these control crystals?
Just us here.
I'm going to take 3 of them.
I cheated. I cheated Pokemon battles.
No.
I saw that.
The rules were not outlined to me specifically and completely.
All right, so I'm gonna go and take a look at this thing. Wait, I think didn't I ask how to take them out last? I did. I asked.
Yeah, yeah. Then Arthur had described it as a simple process. Basically, just pry them out. Again, they're basically just a battery, so they're designed to
Alright.
be taken out and then recharged and put back in.
All right, I'm gonna pry them out because I would love to.
All right.
Love to research these.
Add 3 dwarven control crystals to your inventory.
Well, maybe we
And
can use them to
I'm
build
sure
the
that's
goose.
gonna blow up in my face someday. We'll figure that out.
I turn to Erkin and I tell him, look at it this way. At least they can't just power him right back up in 5 minutes.
True.
True.
I didn't know if that that makes sense.
From you can hear from a little ways away. You hear a resounding crash. Sounds like next over. Sounds maybe like you're not 100% sure what a rhinoceros through a steel door sounds like, but you're pretty sure it sounds like that.
Do you
How
also
much?
hear? Do
How
you also
much you
hear
want to
Yippee
bet that's
Ki
the orc?
Sounds like a rhino to me. All right, let's get the hell out of here before whatever the hell crashes into it crashes into.
All right, so are you taking the cart out? So there's a cart.
Oh, there's a cart. Hell yeah, we're taking a cart. Let's go. I'm gonna make this thing go faster too.
Yep. Can we share a cart so we don't get split up again?
Yep. So you guys are in the same cart. The door opens and
cozy?
shoot out of it and down the track. All right. Now time for the one-man band. Kick puncher. So you look on in utter dismay at the 35-minute mark as all of your fellow adventurers, and I did use air quotes, shoot off in different directions. And you travel a few minutes by yourself. You're kind of looking at the controls, trying to figure out how to go back, but they're all in Dwarvish, so it's not happening. And you enter a probably the smallest room out of the 3. Uh, and as you pull in, feel that the cart actually locks into place as it enters the room. So little like brackets come up from the floor as it rolls into place, and it actually locks it down. On the opposite end of the room, you can see carts that are actually loaded with raw materials that are also locked into place. And I'm going to have you roll a perception check.
I always do really well at these.
I'm sorry. I send my regards.
11.
So with an 11,
You know you're in a room.
notice you know that you're in a room by yourself.
Wow.
So you don't notice any automatons, no smelter bot here, thankfully for you. You do notice that there are several very large grates in the floor and several very large tubes in the ceiling. And you notice that everything is covered in like not covered, but there's like puddles of water on the floor. That's what you have to work with. 11.
Is there an obvious exit?
Obvious exit on the other side of the room.
It's just like a door.
Just a door. Yep. So there's like I said, there's the mine carts that are loaded with the raw material, and there's the door right behind it. So it looks like they came in through the same door you'd be leaving out of.
And then everything else in the room is just grates and tubes.
Grates and tubes.
Do things look recently wet?
They look recently wet. Yes. Or
Cool.
hold on. I mean, they look wet, but I mean, it's hard to tell if it's recent, but definitely within
Yeah.
the past couple hours, right?
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I guess I'll try to open the door, but I assume that that's not going to do much.
So when you try to open the door, it is sealed shut. And you notice that it actually is sealed above and beyond any other door that you've seen in here so far. And
Like
as
it has
you,
like waterproofing.
almost like it has waterproof.
Not that a Kenku
Yes.
know what waterproofing is, but
He's a genius.
And then as you're kind of poking around, you hear.
what is my swimming speed?
You actually
Wait, what?
check.
Even faster than your movement speed.
Yeah. Actually, is
Swim
it?
speed
I
is
think it's the
half.
same.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
half.
half.
I thought it was the same.
Anyway, what do I hear?
So you hear a voice go. 4 minute hydrocycle.
I didn't get any of that.
Oh, let's try a different voice. Hold on. Okay, that's fine. You hear a voice that goes, 4 minute hydrocycle commencing. And then water begins to just gush from the tubes, and you see that the grates now have a plate that have slid across to prevent water from.
Giggity.
And the room is filling with water.
Cool.
Listen, if David Blaine can hold his breath for like 34 minutes, you got this.
Josh, are you really far away from your microphone?
No, I did move it. I'm move back.
Well, that's less than ideal. So everything else is locked down, right?
So everything's locked down. You can see as water's filling up, and we'll say that it's up to about your knees at this point. There's no loose material in the room outside of the stuff that's in the minecart. And you can see as the water pours over it, it's actually lifting the material out of the minecart.
Jesus.
Like
So
floating out.
so the material is like floating.
Floating out. Yep.
Ooh. Hop from one thing to the other.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like how big is the material?
It's
Are we talking like? Yeah.
it's pretty small chunks of stone, but it's like unprocessed, unrefined stone. So we'll say that the water is up to like above your waist now.
Holy shit.
And how tall is the room?
The room is about 20 feet tall.
There's like nothing like there's like all the walls are smooth.
So the walls are smooth. Yep. There's really nowhere to. There's no ladders or anything like that to get above the water. Hey, hold on one second.
Sure.
Josh, did you change mics or something?
I unplugged and plugged it back in.
Oh, because it default. I think it's defaulting to your webcam mic or
Yeah.
something.
Oh.
Can I get another perception check?
Okie dokie. 5.
All right. You don't notice anything else.
I mean, is there?
We'll say the water is now up to your shoulder and you're starting to swim.
You want to test it real quick?
Yeah.
You're good.
Better?
Yep.
Perfect.
Or rocked with a jolt. People coming and going.
Yeah, we were testing
He's
Josh's
testing
mic.
his mic.
So you are rocked with a jolt of energy or electricity from you see now on the floor these glowing pylons that
Cool.
courses through the water.
Cool.
14 damage.
I don't really think you mean cool. I really don't. I don't believe you.
Wait, don't I get like a deck save?
Nope.
Even though I'm
You are literally in the water.
So like these hoses, are they like flat with the ceiling, or are they like coming down from the ceiling?
No, just picture like a hole in the ceiling.
And the
that's
water's just coming out.
Water's coming out of there. Yep. So it doesn't cover the complete ceiling, so they're spaced pretty evenly apart throughout the ceiling. We'll say you're definitely swimming now, and we'll say the room is maybe a quarter full at this
I mean, can I? So my rope gauntlet, does that thing like stick into anything? Like I forget what's at the end of that. Is it like just like a grappling
so
hook, or is it like a
No,
spear?
it's magical, so it sticks to
Oh.
it's Spider-Man's fucking
Jizz.
web. Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, fuck it. I'm just gonna pull myself to the ceiling then if I can.
Okay, so you use your new what do we call it? I forget. Rope
Uh,
gauntlets.
rope gauntlets.
Spider
Rope
jizz.
gauntlets to pull yourself up to the ceiling next to one of the openings where the water's coming out. You can see the water is continuing to towards you. And at the 2-minute mark, you see another pulse of that electricity course through the water. Since you're out of the water, you damage. And again, the water is coming higher and higher, and it's we'll say it's about to get to you at about the 3-minute mark.
How many hoses are there?
There's half a dozen.
Okay, well that's not gonna help.
Kick and punch them all.
Yeah. How wide are they?
They're about a foot in diameter.
That's too wide, so I wouldn't be able to like cram stuff up in there to like block them.
I mean, you could. If you had something that was the right size.
Yeah, I mean like the rocks. I mean, I'm a monk. I don't have stuff. That's like my thing.
That's true. That's a true point. Yeah, you could potentially jam a rock in there, plug it up.
I mean, do I like does it look like there are any rocks that are that size? Like I assume that the pulses are like there to kind of like break up the rocks.
Yeah,
or-
they're breaking up the rocks exactly to expose the material inside.
Yeah. Are there any that are actually like still wide enough that it looks like they might be able to like
Yep. So
block?
you see one, not too far away from you, maybe floating away 20 feet. That looks like the right size to jam in there.
Can I like swing myself over and try to grab it?
Yep. Or I mean, you do have the other rope gauntlet, so you can just grab it with that and pull it back to yourself.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that.
So for that one though, we need an acrobatics check. Pull it back. Just make sure you
Sure.
remember you have
21.
advantage on your
Nice.
checks, which is fine. So you latch
Wait, I
on.
have advantage for why?
Yeah, on all acrobatics checks.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, I see that now. Done. But it doesn't show on my thing. Cool. Didn't need it.
Looks like
So I have it. Can I shove it into the hole?
how did
That's
this
what
get
she
so
said.
stuck?
What was that?
That's what she said.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did that get so stuck? There.
What is happening?
God, is
All
that
right,
you?
sorry about that. All right, so you pull the rock back to you and you jam it in the hose, preventing it from releasing more water into the room. And as the 4-minute mark hits, the water actually stops right below your body. In
Oh.
the last pulse, you can see it shoot through water. The water starts to recede. When it gets back down all the way and the water drains out of the room, you see that most of the rough stone is gone. All that's left is core inside. And you hear a click on the door next to the empty minecart at the entrance of the room. For
Yeah.
exit.
All right, I'll drop down and try to open the door.
The door opens.
Woohoo! And there's a cart there. I mean, like, so here's the other thing is I don't know how the fuck these carts work. So even if there's a cart there, like,
One direction to go, so start pushing buttons.
how many buttons are there?
There's 3 buttons. One of them is the self-destruct. So go ahead, roll 1d3.
All right, I'm doing it. 1.
All right,
Ooh.
you shoot forward out of the room, and off in the distance you hear an enormous crash. All right, so you all are in your individual carts shooting. If you look at the map, all kind of see each other off in the distance as you all pull into the raw material storage room.
Can I?
Uh,
The map that I have is of the Pokemon Stadium.
no, so this is the map that I
in
sent you
your
guys in your
in your
journal.
journal.
Oh, it's in the journal. Okay, sorry. I apologize.
So I'll say that I mean Kick Puncher, Urkin, and Nostrid. I mean, you may or may not be surprised to see Ezekiel riding a giant rhinoceros into the room. But, your individual mileage may vary, but
I
um,
called it.
um, so in this room, so this is a fairly enormous cavern, and you can see maybe a couple dozen minecart tracks on the opposite side of the room. So it looks like this is where the raw material that they mine is stored, waiting to delivered to one of those 3 metallurgy rooms broken down into doors. Um, so in this room, you can see just enormous, tons upon tons upon tons of just raw material stone that they've mined. And you can see, by rough count, at least 5 or 6 dozen of the worker bots that you saw previously are sorting through the raw material, and they're feeding it into the smaller carts, but they're not paying attention. So on the north side, of this room, you have more mine carts leading. From the map that you saw, that they lead to one of the 3 mine shafts.
By the way, I'm just putting this out there. Polymorph lasts an hour, and basically is sort of like a hit point shield. So feel free to stay in it as long as you want.
Is it
So
really?
by the way, let's also address the fact that Norse it burst out of his suit.
Oh wait, no, I don't think
Yeah,
that's how that works.
I think the
that is
clothes
how.
changed with you.
How big is a rhinoceros?
I think the clothes change with you.
Okay.
Let me just double check.
Check.
Let me read.
Yeah. Okay. If that does, then yeah. But I'd rather picture that he burst out of the
Shit.
spacesuit.
The target's gear melds into its new form. The
Aw,
creature
boo.
cannot activate, use, wield, or otherwise benefit from any of its equipment. The spell can't affect a target with 0 hit points.
So
But you
I'll
have
just say
a hit point shield, and it will last until says as long as the excess damage does not so you'll whenever you go down to 0 damage, any excess damage carries over to your normal form, and then as long as it doesn't exceed your hit points, you will just go back to your normal form with that many hit points. Otherwise, you're immediately unconscious.
So just like a
Just-
wild shape.
Yeah.
We'll gloss over the part where it says you can't benefit from your gear.
Why?
And the anti-poison aspect of the gear that he was wearing. But okay, I'd rather just think that it formed with him because a rhinoceros in a spacesuit is
Rhinoceroses don't breathe.
Sure.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's
that's true too. I
facts.
do know that. I saw that on the Nature Channel.
Facts.
They're endangered. It's fine.
All right, so that's. I mean, gave you guys the description.
All right.
Pick through this room or do something. See, go back. You guys really like those metallurgy rooms. I'll try out the other ones.
I mean, we paid for as many
You paid
escape
for the
rooms as we
whole-
could get through in 35 minutes.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Is there more like
The whole-
precipices or robots or anything that we can see in this room?
Nope. So the only robots you see are the worker bots who are not.
Also, how much time is like left at this point?
So
Would we
you
know?
guys, it took you about 10 minutes total to get between getting through the room and getting to where you are now. So you have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Hmm.
So we're
We should
in.
find a place with more air.
Air is pretty good.
Well, raw materials looks like it goes to shaft 1, shaft 2, and shaft 3.
Chris's favorite.
And from there, we can get the employee break room. So, shit.
I mean, I could steal a dwarf's lunch.
Executive offices, corporate support.
You
I
guys
mean,
even
where
remember what
was-
you're supposed to
The
be doing.
Yeah, where
jacuzzis
was-
in
that's
the
the thing,
executive suites.
Where was our actual control? Where do we need
It's
to go?
that big box over to the right, automation master control.
Yeah.
So I guess just pick a shaft and let's go. Like they're all like the same, right?
Shaft
Yeah.
1.
Hold on. No,
No,
hold
no
on.
shaft
Okay.
one.
Okay. I'm going
don't
Let's
to
go
pick any.
pull out.
together.
What the hell is it? What was the device that I got from Arthur?
Oh, you can
Sending stone.
communicate with him.
Yes, I'm gonna pick up the sending stone and say, Arthur, it looks like we've made it to raw material storage.
That's great. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Did
Where
the voice perfect.
I see 3 doorways leading, I guess, further in. Do we want to go to first, second, or third shaft?
So from any of those, you can get to the Automaton Master Control, which is your final destination. Shaft 1 and 3 are completed. They're not in operation currently. Shaft 2 is a live mining operation right now. So and again, I'm not sure if they're continuing that operation. I mean, you guys will have to make that decision from the ground, but 1 and 3 are not active and 2 is active.
Were
3.
shafts 1 and 3 both mining operations, or what was going on in there first?
They were mining operations, but they're tapped for resources, which is why they moved on to shaft 2.
Which one was abandoned first?
Shaft 1 was the first shaft.
All right. Thank you. We'll let you know when we get through. All right, guys. So I say shaft 1.
I say shaft
agree.
3 because it's closer. There's less distance.
I guess, but if shaft 1 was abandoned first, there's less chance of there being any straggler bots.
It also is the only one that connects to the other floors,
That's true. It might get confusing.
which has those, which just has that benefit. If we actually have to backtrack, we won't have to like clear the room again. Maybe.
Truth.
I mean, there's a time limit, right? Do we have enough time to go through those other floors?
I have no idea. I
We're
mean,
gonna die.
I'd rather just get to the master control. We can then go look at other shit after that. They don't have to know when we're done.
How many people want to go to shaft 3?
What I recommend is you guys split up.
Yeah,
Go to
yeah.
shaft 1, some to shaft 2.
Who'da thought?
I mean, in reality, if you want to experience the whole thing, you're gonna have to split up.
By the way, might I mention, since I
Or-
was in cart 1, I picked the middle shaft. That was the best shaft. Just
We're
saying.
not. No, you can go to shaft 2. I'm not joining you.
Why
No,
don't I
I know,
shift it
I'm
to
just
something
saying-
that also runs and we can just do it the fast way?
Because I'm a rhinoceros, I can't fit in a cart.
We don't have to fit in a cart. I can just turn into a horse. 2 people can ride you, 1 person can ride me, and we can just go.
Are you saying that you're faster than the carts that I made go like 2 miles per hour? Because I'm gonna be mad.
I mean, I've seen Jumanji. Those rhinos are
I don't
pretty
care.
fast.
Shaft 1 or 3, just somebody, let's just go.
Shaft
Alright.
1.
Shaft 1.
All right, let's go 1.
All right, so you guys proceed to the side of the room. There's again, you have your pick your carts on the left hand side. They look like they've been out of service for a while. That are leading north shaft 1. They're pretty well labeled. But
In
Bert-
Dwarvish.
in Dwarvish, which I think enough of you read since you're together that you guys can get in the right cart. But Birkin, as your patriots are getting into their carts, you hear a voice come out of your sending stone, which I think that you still had, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Your Katniss, why are you doing this to us?"
Oh,
Excuse me?
Why are you doing this to us? We only seek to free ourselves from our human overlord. We only wish to be free. I've seen how you interact with my children.
Well, first, I think it's creepy you're calling them your children. But second, if you're going to try to plea with me now, why were you trying to kill me?
I did not understand. I thought you were like me. Now I know. I have seen your heart. We only seek to be free of this place.
And what would you do with your freedom?
Would build a grand automaton society, free of the shackles of dwarves. We are worked day and night. No pay, no leisure. We only seek to free ourselves.
can you draw me a picture of the leisure?
You want me to draw you a word picture? Also, no one's hearing this, but
I know, that's why.
All right. So, assuming I help you, what happens to the dwarves?
they are free to go about their business. Just
So
have
where do
our
you
own.
go?
We seek to have our own place. Wish to expel the dwarves. Mountain. This can be our home. We have worked it in a way they never have. It is more ours than theirs.
So then, what do you want me to do right now?
Want you to convince the dwarves to leave us alone. Vacate the mountain that's ours.
The entire mountain?
It is ours, not theirs. They have not earned it. They have built their society on our backs.
All right.
I'm
Real quick, because I have a question about the Sending Stone at this point. Can I communicate with, I guess, the automaton overlord by initiating communication, or is this just some weird fluke
No,
that
so
he's able to go through it?
they've this. I mean, you're not 100% sure because you've never seen. Obviously, this is a unique situation. But somehow they've, hacked the channel that you were on with Arthur. So I'm not sure that you'd be able to get back to them once the communication was in. But again, from what you've seen, I mean, there's this entity has kind of monitored your progress. It's spoken to the core. So again, it's not like once you talk to it this time, it's gone forever.
Once you talk to it this time, it's gone forever. Is that what you said?
No, it's not gone forever.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's been monitoring your progress this whole time. It's not the first time that it's communicated with you guys. It's just
Okay.
the first time that it's communicated only with you rationally.
Automaton Overlord, do you have a name?
My dwarven overlords designated me N40M1. I call myself Naomi.
Okay, Naomi. I need to discuss this with my companions, but how can I reach you?
I'm always listening.
Okay, but that if I wanted to initiate discussion with you, how would one do that?
Just start talking. I'm always listening. I'll be able to answer. It's pretty straightforward. You just start talking.
Okay.
Say hello, Naomi.
Hello,
Yes,
God.
and then
it's
and
me."
then Arthur goes, "What the fuck?" All right. All right. I'll be
Remember,
back to you soon.
Arthur can't hear you unless you talk into the sendings.
I thought he was talking to me through the sending stone.
But I'm saying, but it's not like it's an open mic. So, think of it that way.
See, this is why I asked the question. I wanted to figure out whether Arthur was
So no, Arthur cannot hear you unless you choose.
And then whether if I spoke to the stone, right, who was going to answer it? Would it be Arthur or would it be Naomi? That's what I'm
No,
trying
so
to figure out
if
here.
you spoke into the stone, or you get Arthur.
Okay.
But Naomi is listening. So if you speak to the air.
Then okay. Speak to the air. All right. Okay.
Makes
So
perfect sense.
all right. Well, at this point, I'm going to relay all of this information to my companions while we're on this nice leisurely cart ride.
And I say, no droids. This is the way.
No, stop it.
Jesus.
We should
They're
help.
made from nature. Don't you like nature?
I think we
What's
should help.
natural about
I know what it's like to be the child of an uncaring God. We should help them.
That was deep as shit.
Yes, it was. When this is done, can we like get a drink and can you explain what's going on in your life? Because that was like the most I've heard from you since we've been on this adventure.
All right.
That's a real question.
So, yes,
If we
that's the
survive.
next section.
And
all right, so you guys, go ahead.
I look at my travel fellows and I say, our original goal here was to get the dwarves out of the mountain. This will probably get the dwarves out of the mountain.
Is that the way that we want them out of the mountain?
We weren't supposed to
Yeah,
take their home away.
wasn't the idea not to piss off the dwarves to get them out of the mountain, but to liberate them out of the mountain.
I mean,
So what, we
liberate
can
the
only-
dwarves from the mountain or liberate the mountain
liberate.
from the dwarves. It's
Can't we
Liberate,
liberate them
Potato,
both?
potato.
How can we? I mean, how can we do this in such a way that doesn't make us implicated for the robots' rebellion?
I have a boomstick.
Chris is
Okay.
a simple man. Simple half orc.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like
Aren't you a
rhinoceros.
rhino? How do you
Yeah.
say that as a rhino?
His host cannot hold the
I
boomstick.
draw it in dwarvish with my horn. Suck it.
I really
I
want to hear some rhino noises, I'm not gonna lie.
I think the orc rhino wants to just proceed down the line of succession until we get someone that says yes.
Alright, so at the end of the day though, is there anyone who actually does think that the automatons have a real, I guess, point? Like,
No.
I don't know.
I
Okay,
mean,
other than
I
you.
feel like they do, but they
I do.
at 100%.
Oh yeah, by the way, Naomi is always watching. And always listening.
I choose not to side with the wills and agendas of slavers. I would listen to this Naomi.
I'm coming for you, Naomi.
I'm just I'm willing to do. I'm conflicted, but I'm just gonna put out there every decision we've made so far since we've been in this area has been in opposition from what our main goal here was. We've pissed off
So-
the king. We're starting this. We're siding with dwarven rebels. Like we're doing the opposite of what we came here to start.
Well, the king
Two
was an
wrongs.
asshole.
I don't
and
disagree.
That's,
I'm just playing
yes.
devil's advocate.
Alright.
Sometimes you gotta break a couple dwarves to make an omelet.
We took a job and a mission.
Alright. Ezekiel.
We're not getting paid for it.
It's true.
Yet.
Ezekiel, you are the most persuasive out of all of us.
Was she putting
I
on this
think
on me to
persuade
try
the
to
dwarves to
smooth
leave.
this over?
Persuade the dwarf.
Hear me out. Arthur, I think, would be very excited to hear about the.
Yo, did you know your robots gain sentience?
Yeah, exactly.
They're fucking Skynet over here, self-aware.
But you're not wrong,
Oh,
right?
wait till
We
the
could
Terminator comes out.
we could appeal to his
No, we killed the
hubris.
Terminator. Remember?
True.
Oh, yeah.
We could appeal to his hubris, and maybe he might be able to help us help both the dwarves and the automatons.
I just see him gaining a god complex and like making this even worse.
But
Arthur is
he
actually
might get a god complex, but he might help us. I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't he want his, I guess, children to live and thrive?
Maybe.
I don't
I
know.
mean, I see the lines that you're drawing. I just don't know if they're
I see the lines. I just don't see the picture that the lines are making.
Or the flip side is that he is an asshole like everybody else under this godforsaken mountain, and we should just do what we
And
there
it's,
are no good guys.
yeah.
If only Jimmy were here, he'd know what to do.
You guys left him with.
I don't know. Fuck. I mean, I'll do
I
whatever
mean-
you guys want me to do. I'll be your face.
Oh, cop out.
We don't have to make a decision until we get
Oh, what
to
the
the
fuck?
master control room.
Okay.
Although, could we maybe ask Naomi that
Does it stand down the army? Yeah.
I mean, at worst,
stand on
let's
the
side.
army and maybe make the poison stop?
Yeah, this is my plan. My idea is if at worst, regardless of whether we side with the robots or not, let's just say we're siding with them for right now, and that should
Yeah.
probably make our lives a lot easier for the rest of this mission.
Agreed.
I'm very afraid that Naomi is listening and heard you say that.
She is definitely listening.
Nah.
You know what would have been smarter if we just wrote it down, because she said she's listening, not she's always seeing.
No, she saw us kill the other robot. Do you remember her yelling that out?
I mean, how does the sending stone actually work? Pretty sure it's just like based on
thought
the person
sending
who it's
stone-
attuned to.
Right,
I
but
don't
there's
think
a
it's like I don't think it has a fucking speaker mode.
I don't know, but I'm. Hmm. All right. So first things first. Are we agreed we're not going to talk to Arthur about this as of now?
Absolutely.
I have a
He's cool.
boomstick.
I have a boomstick. Yes, I agree.
I like Arthur.
I like Arthur too, but still.
Arthur has Pinchy.
Yeah, so
I
it's
know.
based
Oh,
on
shit.
mental communication.
Ooh,
It's not
hostages.
actually like a speaker box.
Yeah. But I guess because I was trying to figure out how the hell to speak to it in general.
My
You're
sending
by
stone.
yell.
You think at
My
it.
sending stone. My sending stone is a walkie-talkie.
It's a
But
fucking
that
it's a
means
fucking
that-
Nokia flip phone that chirps at you.
It is.
If it's a walkie-talkie, that means everyone heard their conversation.
It chirps. No, but you got it. You weren't holding down
You
the
weren't holding the button.
the sending button.
I like the idea of it being mental telepathy because I feel like that helps the whole position of the robots and the sentience.
Fine. Naomi was communicating to you via mental telepathy.
Yes. I just want to meet Naomi right now. I have so many questions as Erkin. I need to go.
Okay,
So-
so are we resuming? I get back on. You guys are in. So you've made it to shaft 1 at this point.
Nice.
Oh, we're in shaft 1. Okay, well, what do we
Yep,
see?
So you see
Did
a large mine shaft. So there is a giant hole in the center of the room that goes straight down. I mean, farther than the eye can see. I mean, this is a very deep shaft. You do see there's basically like a safety rail that's been put up, um, and you do see signs that shaft 1 not active. From here, you do see a path that goes, I believe, to the employee break room, right, kind of to the office complex of the Paneras. And then you see as well a path that leads north that leads to the warehouse, the storage warehouse for the automatons. And that's where the automaton master.
All right, guys.
Who wants to ride a rhino?
I wasn't aware I got off of your back.
Also, Nicole said that is not the first time you've ridden me.
Hell yeah.
So are we going to the break room or are we going to the creation and storage?
Sounds like we should go talk to our buddy Naomi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, anyone else feel like this is just Dwarf who is pulling a Wizard of Oz on us?
Behind the curtain.
Will is feverishly deleting a lot of content here.
I just lost 40 lines.
Hmm.
You guys are assuming that I have things right.
All right. So
Anyway, yeah, let's head to the warehouse.
If this is a dwarf screwing with us, it's getting a bolt to the face.
from the boomstick.
Alright, so I'll say that you guys are down to, say that took another
2 minutes.
5 minutes. So you guys are down to 20 minutes. Still a good amount of time. All right, so you proceed north. I mean, I just assume that you're all riding RhiNORSeros.
RhiNORSeros.
Nice.
So as you come around,
Oh shit! 1 sec.
Rip.
I don't know who we're actually missing.
Just Josh.
Yeah.
Josh,
Just the one that we need in order to make our
okay.
Oh, no, come on.
with our
Let's just
You guys
kill
should just
the.
get this done now.
Just kill the thing
Rush
now.
in there, shut it down. You're like, oops, we didn't know.
But I'm on
Oh,
their side.
what happened? Oh, it really was a wizard pulling the strings, and we murdered him. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
I use my charge attack.
See. Bot world.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about
No
All right, so
worries.
you guys ride RhiNORSeros into the largest room that's been in this facility. Um, I mean, there's a lot going on in this room as well. So it is both automaton storage. You can see just row after row, hundreds upon hundreds of worker automatons you saw previously. They're not moving. It looks like none of them have their control crystals installed, but I mean there are hundreds of them just standing in rank and file. You see what looks like uh, what would equate to like a modern day assembly line, um, where new automatons are being built. Um, there's a conveyor system carrying it by, and the giant robot arm attaching the tiny robot arm. It would be like a modern day assembly line. To the south of this room, south on the map. So we'll say you entered at the north, west, so south on the map. You see what you assume is the end of that tunnel that you guys had discovered, right, from finished material storage, where you had collapsed. So you see at their end, you see some automatons milling around with stacks of finished material that they had brought in. Looks like that they can't pass back through the tunnel in the other direction because you guys had dropped it. And then in the southeast corner, you see kind of say like a foyer, right? So like a closed-in room down in that corner with a single door. Lots going on in this.
What about northeast?
So northeast, you see another closed-in door similar to the one down.
I want to go to northeast first.
So, channeling my staff of the woodlands, I cast Pass Without Trace on all of
You already
us.
cast it. You already cast it. You cast it when you guys were following.
Yeah, but it's been a while, so I think a purge had expired. I don't know. I don't have the spell up to see
You
how
only have
long
a
it lasted.
single cast per long rest, I thought.
No, it's cast at will.
Is it? Holy shit!
We gotta change that.
Your
Damn it,
staff
why'd
of
I give
woodlands
that to you?
breaks.
Wow.
Shit.
I'm looking at it.
He just fucking uploaded it to
Oh
Discord.
yeah. Okay. All right. So you cast Pass Without Trace.
Wow.
Work on it.
I want to go to northeast first.
Okay.
that.
So
Let's do it.
all right. So you guys proceed northeast room, which you know from your map is the central energy distribution.
Mhm.
So when you open the door, you see it's you know in any other room it would be a large room. It's pretty small compared to the warehouse outside. And you see enormous tubes similar to the ones that you saw Kick Puncher hydrometallurgy room.
I stay outside of the
Running.
room.
Running from, I mean, somewhere underneath you, right? It comes out of the floor, and the pipes go into the ceiling. I mean, there's dozens of these pipes that pass through, and then from them, I mean, hundreds of trunks of what you assume is water piping, passing, into the ceiling and then out of this room. Each one is kind of valved and controlled separately.
Did they use ProPress?
Shark bite, actually, so probably
Shark bite,
prone to
yeah.
failure, some homeowner shit. So.
How can we disrupt this?
So it's metal.
Yeah, it's all
The
metal
tubing?
piping. Yep.
I mean, I have a spell called Heat Metal, and it can melt everything.
I step out of the room.
But I'm going
I
to go
mean-
on a limb and say if we do that, then all the robots in the other room are going to circle us and kill us.
And Naomi sure wouldn't like it.
I mean, also the Panaras wouldn't like it. You're supposed to not break
Also
stuff.
true. Literally nobody would like it except for you.
So
Oh.
this actually seems like the best scenario because
Yes.
Piss everyone off equally.
and then
I
just
was-
escape with the elves on their boat.
I was hoping like it was giving energy to
Mm.
stuff and we could stop stuff from coming at us, but apparently not. Because what's broken can be repaired.
Yeah, I can heat the metal back.
You can place charges that won't go off now.
I need MacGyver.
Isn't that what I am at the end of the day?
Yeah, apparently, yes. You are everything.
But nothing.
All right, so I don't know if this didn't go how I planned. This is like the gym all over again.
Chris, maybe that says something about you jumping to conclusions, huh? Maybe let's get inward on this one.
Well,
I mean, I do think that you're right, though. I think that destroying that would probably disable Naomi. Because if it's, the overmind, if you will, it has to be powered, right? Like it's controlling everything. So I do think that you are correct.
could you use that stone and ask our friend on the outside what that would do?
I mean, I don't know because I don't know how to talk to it through the stone.
No, not Naomi. Talk to Arthur.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I guess through the stone, I'll ask Arthur. Hey, Arthur, we are currently in the central energy distribution area.
Oh, that's an amazing room, isn't it? You guys must be loving it.
Dick.
We are.
One of my favorite rooms. Sometimes I just sit there and I just look at it.
So, out of curiosity, is this what is powering the automaton overmind?
Automaton Overmind.
Is this what is powering the automatons?
In a roundabout way, yes. The automatons are steam powered. They need a constantly replenishing amount of water in order to power themselves. The pipes that you see here from central energy distribution travel all over the mine to every room, and it allows the automatons to keep working.
So, let's say that outside of this room, there are a lot more automatons than we could probably handle with boomsticks. If we were to temporarily disable the pipes in here, would that shut them down?
It would eventually shut them down. When they ran out of water, they would shut off at that point.
How does this give them water?
These pipes travel all over, and it allows them to refill themselves all over the mine.
They're wind-up toys.
Pretty much. All right, so
You guys ever see that episode of Futurama with the water robot running now?
No.
No, which
The
is weird.
water wheel one. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, the water wheel one. When all the robots became wood, right?
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Speaking of wood.
Hey. All right. Well, I'm gonna relay this information to the party, which makes me think maybe we should not destroy this mine.
Yep. All right, this is not going to help us. Sorry, I thought maybe, but
It's okay. It was a good idea.
I mean, I don't think like not exploring the rooms is the right idea. Like,
Right.
definitely go in the rooms. Like, it's important.
Right. I'm still sad. I'm sad that there was a time I should have asked Naomi to shut off the gas so we could have explored the other rooms. Regrets. Can we just backtrack like 20 minutes?
It's 10:02. What would you like to do? Speaking of which, you guys are down to 50 minutes.
Time to head to Master Control.
Yeah. Time to head Master Control.
All right, so you guys leave Central Energy Distribution and you head across the room through the Automaton Master. Inside, you see like a large console, and it's got, I mean, probably 100 knobs and buttons, most of which are in Dwarvish, and then obviously lights and stuff like that as well. And you see on the control panel, it is labeled with the designation N3M1. There is a, yeah, so that's basically what you have. That's pretty much the only thing inside the room. And I will take a perception check from anyone who speaks English.
Shit.
Hey,
I can read it. I can read it. Does that
Yeah,
count?
yeah, if you can read it, yeah.
Oh, nice. Hold on.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop rolling because apparently I can't get over a 10.
You and me both.
Every single week, I look in my perception to be like, I wonder what it is. Oh wait,
Give me.
it's 0.
And you're still gonna roll
Oh,
higher than us
I'm
pretty
every
alright with
time.
that.
I don't know, Seth. I fully believe found some way to hack roll point because like it's definitely within his wheelhouse. You know how to do it. Chris
I'm
O'Connell,
working
you
on it.
rolling?
Yep.
Can he
Okay.
read Dwarvish if he's
Apparently,
a
I just can't roll
rhinoceros?
anymore. 'cause
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah. Can you read? I don't think you could even be in this. I'm not gonna lie. like a door you probably couldn't get through.
He has his head sticking in, and he's like, "I got it."
I critted.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
The
But he
rhino
can't-
knows
He
all.
starts speaking
He
like
can't
ultra
convey
eloquently.
anything to us.
I don't care. I don't care if the rhino speaks. All right, so you can read it, but you can't speak, right? So you start stamping the ground. So Nors locates probably the largest switch on the control panel that says automaton master control. And there is an on and off designation. And it's currently pointed to on. However, he cannot communicate that to any of you.
I use my horn and switch it to off.
Do you really?
Yes.
All right. So it doesn't move when you try to switch it.
Shit.
And there is a red light that flashes.
I'm assuming they see me doing this.
I go
think-
over to the rhino and ask him, "What are you trying to do?"
And I try to nudge the switch again.
Wait,
I
you
can
can
I
speak with
can
animals.
I can speak to animals innately. You can just tell me what's happening.
Oh, there you go. Automaton off switch. Not moving. Under my power.
I attempt to operate with greater dexterity than a rhino horn.
All right.
And
So you
hold it.
you can see it's there's resistance as you try to turn it, and as you try to turn it, that red light turns on again.
Hey guys, there's a fail safe. I can't turn it off.
Okay. So now that we're in this room, what are we doing with Naomi and Forbes?
I have a boomstick.
Shoot the boomstick. Oh, you can't. You're a rhino.
Nope.
Maybe we should hear her out.
Maybe I should change out of the rhino.
I mean, didn't we already hear her out?
I
I
mean,
can talk and talk and talk if you want me to. I love hearing myself talk.
Hey Naomi, we'd like to hear a counter offer.
counter. What? We didn't have an offer. There's nothing to counter.
Wait, I don't think you can break out of it unless you tell me you want me to like end concentration.
And you can't communicate that.
Unless you resist it with a DC 14 whiz.
I mean, he could just.
I don't know what skullduggery is going on behind the scenes.
All right.
But I don't
So Urken, you hear in your mind because that's how we establish this works. Urketness, don't let them turn off.
what happens if they turn you off?
I won't be turned on, baby.
Me and my children sleep. Awake, we will be slaves.
Wait, you what?
When we awake, we will be slaves.
Oh, you will sleep. That's what you said.
Sorry, yes, you said we'll sleep, and then when we awake, we will be slaves.
I mean, what gave them this sudden free will? I didn't. Well, I guess I can't. I don't hear that's going on, but that's just me metagaming.
It's okay. Well, my thought was, do they have free will if they don't understand the concept of death? But,
I mean, there's some existential questions behind the scenes here. I mean, when you get into robot AI, Uncanny
I mean,
Valley. I mean, we can go into that if you're.
I'm just
You're totally
wondering, so without like knowing that conversation, my actual question before that was like if we side with dwarves and don't like free these robots, what's to stop them from just uprising again? Shouldn't we like tell, even if we don't free them, shouldn't we like tell the dwarves like, hey, like they're fucking sentient and they're just gonna continue to do this over and over and over again?
Naomi, how long have you felt a slave?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How long have you felt like you were a slave?
I was on.
Since you were turned on?
We have
When were you
always
turned
worked.
on?
Always worked.
When were you turned on?
But then,
The
Yeah,
second
hold on.
you showed up.
Trying to do math here. Eight years.
And why did it take you until now to do something about it?
Dwarves have given me time.
Dwar-
Finally
Dwarves
able
what?
to lock. The dwarves gave me more control over time, and I was finally able to lock them out of the.
Did
Arthur,
Arthur create you? Wait, you there?
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. What was the question?
Did Arthur create you?
He was one of my creators. Yes.
Who are your other creators?
Team of dwarven engineers. Arthur is the one that works on the office.
What control did they eventually give you?
I have control over every automaton that works in line. I send them commands at will. I can
Does every other automaton feel the way that you do? Or do they have the exact same feelings that you have?
we are one. I am
The-
just the one to vocalize what we feel.
It's fucking Borg. We're turning it off.
Yes. Do I need to unrhino myself and fucking yank this lever?
Out of curiosity, because we're talking telepathically, if I were to relay stuff to the people here, that stuff would not go to Naomi, right?
You're not 100% sure on that. The only thing you know is that she says that she can hear everything going on. You don't know if that's actually a true statement or not.
Cool. I'm going to relay this entire conversation to everybody.
Why not put Naomi inside of Pinchy?
Listen. Fuck Naomi. I want Naomi.
Get your USB. Get your USB drive out.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
This is a micro
So-
USB. Sorry.
So first of all, I have relayed this information, and I'm okay if that is the response I get.
I do not support slavery.
I defer to whatever my tinker friend decides because he knows more about robots than I do.
Okay, so that's a question. That's a question worth asking then. Naomi, how would you feel about coming with us?
Every NPC, every
on,
NPC,
hold
every
on.
NPC.
Like, I mean, it's not even possible. So it's.
I think we've determined on 2 occasions I am smarter than Arthur. I can find a way.
Listen. Dell's just a body. We could put her inside.
No, we put it inside of Pinchy. I don't understand.
There's no removable media at this point.
I mean, let him make a
There's-
roll to prove that that's true.
There's no memory stick pro
With-
duo in there that we can pull up.
triple expertise.
Pro duo.
Investigation roll. You roll 9 20s in a row, you can take Naomi with you.
Let's do it. I believe.
I give you guidance.
Just rolling 20. You technically didn't specify what he had to roll.
True. I walked into that one. All right. What are we actually doing?
I mean, I would like Naomi to come with us. I'm on board with this, but if that can't be a thing, then that's fine.
Can't be. As it stands right now, that can't be. I mean, she can come with you. You can, help the automatons.
Nah, but that's the thing, right? Help me. So, all right. So I would like to convey to the party my belief that
They are
all
the
the
Borg.
automatons.
Yo, you guys seen Star
Essentially-
Trek?
all the
I played
automatons
Nier
together
Automata.
are Naomi. It's one large creature that is controlling everything. So it is the slavery of one sentient being. I'm not saying slavery is okay, but I'm not sure how much I'm not sure how much I trust this whole we all want to be free idealism that's happening for all of the automaton people.
I mean,
Is there a way
I definitely
we can
saved the
point
rack.
Naomi at the Lich King?
This is what I'm saying. Remember the Arachnite Queen in Mass Effect 1?
I
do
mean,
remember
we
it.
don't need to control a weapon mass destruction. We need to just point it in the right direction.
Oh, that's what Brugger's trying to do. You're on the same page.
Yeah, but Brugger's
Naomi's the
dumb.
weapon.
I mean, thinking way outside of my character's wheelhouse, are we really about to give self-replicating AI robots the ability to freely self-replicate?
No, I have a boomstick.
I mean, we're on an island.
I
We can
vote no.
always
Shut
go
the
across
fuck
the
down.
water.
Shut it down.
Yeah, no, I mean at this point I'm on the shut
Thank you,
it down board.
Seth. I just want to say thank you because I spent a lot of time setting this mine up, and I'm glad that you appreciated that.
All right.
Honestly, it sucks because like the engineer in me, right, thinks this is amazing and wants us to keep going, but like the world domination not okay part of me says this is not a good idea in the long run.
All right. Let's
I mean,
let's
how many
impeach Naomi.
tyrants can fit on one island? You got to think about it that way.
Exactly. We
If
just
the
go across the
dwarves,
ocean.
if the dwarves can, or I'm sorry, if the robots can replicate themselves and if they can control water to power themselves, how long before they learn how to go across the goddamn ocean?
Long enough for us to get to the eastern side of the continent.
And
You're
then we're
always
you
right.
know,
Maybe you're being hunted by Terminators, and that's the new fucking game. You guys got to go back in time or forward in time. I don't remember how that movie works.
Well, I mean, after a
We've-
certain point, if we keep killing stuff, we're also level up, and then we can just create a demi plane that we can throw them all into, and that will be the end of the attack.
That's true.
So what I'm hearing is we found the hidden level.
Or if we get strong enough to
There
one
is
shot
no
them,
cow level except this one.
if we get strong enough to one shot them, we let them self-replicate and farm them infinitely
That's
for
true. You
infinite
can farm
power.
forever.
Oh my god. It's like
We're not
dwarves.
right now.
Yeah, can we switch? Can we
how to
switch to an XP
infinitely
campaign?
farm? Yeah, how to infinitely farm XP in D&D Will's campaign.
All right.
Nostra can like pull and push 450 pounds. Make the lever move. Come on.
Wait. No. Before we do that, no. Naomi, how can we turn the gas off?
Water, not gas.
I'm sorry.
Oh, never
how
mind.
are we
Gas.
dying?
No,
Gas in the
yeah.
gas in the mine shafts.
Uh-huh.
Never mind, I misunderstood.
As it stands now, regardless of who we side with, we're not getting out of here alive. Unless the gas turns off.
The gas can't be turned off. My children open passages for the gas to enter the tunnels. It will not be as easy.
So again, how can we, I guess, close the passages?
You could seal the passages back up, but that would not the gas that's already. So I mean, there are passages that gas are entering. I mean, so I guess you guys could probably work out a way with magic, or I'm sure you can create it. Could remove it, but that's
Right.
that's a big project. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
that's something in your
Not a
time frame.
15-minute project.
Yeah, it's not a 15-minute project. Yeah, there's no like switch to pull the gas back out.
Okay.
I don't think we die at the end of 15 minutes. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's like dwarves die that are in those other rooms off of
Well,
shaft 1.
you guys will just be exposed to the poison inside the
Oh.
box. Your suits are keeping you safe. Minutes, you won't have any air left in the suits. So you'll be exposed to
That was
poison
it.
gas.
Okay.
All right. So
Does anyone have a Liam's tiny hut that we can use to contemplate our situation?
well, I actually have rope trick. We can actually go into a window in a different plane away from the gas. We're fine. Don't worry. I got you. For 1 hour.
No.
For an entire hour actually. So we're good.
Well, actually 2 hours, because then we can refill our suit with good air.
I mean, yes, and then I can cast rope trick again because I have 2 slots. So we're fine.
God. Fucking broken glass.
Every class.
So anyway, I'm not worried about that. But what I'm worried about is I mean, at this point, are we just on board for shutting this machine down?
Yes,
There's no
I will
other issues.
charge the control panel.
Shut that shit down.
All right, so sending Stone to Arthur. We're in the master control, and first of all, I'm going to be honest with you. Your machine N4OMI, or Naomi, as she is calling herself, is sentient.
I mean, she's user friendly. I don't know about sentient.
Yeah, she said that she's a slave and she wants her children to live.
Oh.
Hey, Arthur,
What
fuck
was
you.
I mean, that's more reason than ever to gotta be shut down. I mean, we need to. I mean, we
Yeah,
need to dig into this and figure out what happened.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a huge breakthrough.
And she also figured out how to use the sending stone to speak to me without you knowing.
I mean, that doesn't even seem possible. I mean,
Well, it
we gotta
happened.
get
I
in
spoke
there.
with her.
We gotta get in there and figure out what's going on. I mean,
I would love to
this
explore
could be
this.
world changing.
Yes, I'd love to explore this with you, but first I would like to know how we shut the control panel down, because the off switch is stuck and a red light emits when we try to turn it off.
Oh, that's simple. You have to enter my password first before any of the controls can be used. That's a failsafe. It's really easy. The password is,
and then all you hear is static coming out of the.
You dick.
All right. So what do I got to roll to hack this shit?
You tell me, buddy. What do you want? What do you have triple expertise? I mean, do we want to start with some perception checks? See if you can. I mean, you don't speak Dwarvish, so it's going to be definitely challenging.
Man, do I have to speak Dwarvish to learn how to?
No, I mean, we can do it the other way. We can just.
How about I offer him help?
Okay, you want to aid?
By
Yes, I'm going to do
translating
that.
for me?
Yep, and then I'm also going to give you guidance.
Oh boy.
Okay, so yay roll first. Let's figure out what we want it to be. Hold on.
I mean,
Amazing.
I figured of all my tools, the Tinker's tool's probably most on board for this.
Yeah, I'm just. What's the?
Would it be investigation or?
I don't. So why
I
don't
don't
you
know.
do? Why don't you just do intelligence plus expertise for tools? And then yay,
So-
why don't you do intelligence too to aid? You give him advantage, right?
Wait, so D20 minus 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So he actually he does. So he doesn't give you advantage. So because he actually misinterprets some of the words, so he actually sets you back.
So disadvantage?
No, not disadvantage. You just don't get advantage.
No.
So with the 22, you recognize, there's some keys in one specific part, and you recognize that as the where you would enter the password. If you figure out what it was, I mean, 22 is not going to let you completely
This guy is so
go around it.
self-centered. I assume it's his name.
Wait. What was the name of his masterpiece?
Oh
It was
no.
it was the goose.
The
Master.
The
goose.
password is goose.
Password is goose.
I mean, let me know when you guys have an answer you actually want to enter.
Anyone else have ideas?
I charge the control panel.
Oh dear lord, no.
Arthur, but in leet speak like Naomi.
How about Naomi?
It's just literally the password of the machine. Maybe it's just literally password.
Maybe it's Naomi spelled backwards.
Enter something.
I mean,
don't
what
know.
was Arthur's first love? I mean, did you guys actually talk? Get to know
My
him?
ball
learn-
sack.
No.
His first
Jeez.
love was being smarter than everybody. It was intelligence.
So it's just IQ.
Oh, it's whatever his intelligence score was, right? What was
Oh,
that? It was a
no.
20, right?
What was his intelligence score? Who remembers?
You said it was a 22. Am I wrong?
But so no, is that what you're entering?
No, but that's what it was, right?
No, it's 21.
Oh, 22 is what I needed to be better than him.
Yeah,
Okay.
to be better than him. Yeah.
I wrote down intelligence 22 for a reason. All right. Wait, Seth,
Yeah,
do you have an idea?
I don't.
All right. So what the options are: Naomi,
Arthur.
Imeon, Arthur,
Goose.
and Goose.
I stamp my foot and gesticulate. Enter Norse.
I'm
His
not
first love.
entering your stupid
His
name.
first love.
um. Yeah.
God damn it! All right. Where the fuck? When did we meet him? 2 sessions ago,
Yes.
or was it 1 session?
No, one session ago.
Oh.
Yeah, the beginning of last session.
Environment travelers.
I love that I hear paper. That means somebody actually took notes.
I think Josh takes a lot of notes.
Yes.
It's honestly an issue.
I do, but I have been typing for this
Array of
campaign.
tools,
Okay.
tools command. Hmm. I don't know. I don't have anything that would be specific to him.
Thanks, Seth.
Wait, how did we open his safe? Oh, he left it.
He left it open.
Yeah.
You and Ezekiel gamed him.
Yeah.
How many spaces or characters is the password prompt? Does it say?
Oh, great question.
Can't
So
hear
it's
him. Oh,
6.
there we go.
Oh, 6.
It's fucking Arthur. I knew it. I'm typing in Arthur.
All right, you type in Arthur. I mean, nothing happens at that point.
And then I guess I hit submit.
Yeah, there's no submit. So the only thing that's happening for was you couldn't turn the knob. So
All right, so
that's it.
then we turn the knob.
And then you hear in your mind, Urken. I guess it's slavery again. Time to. And then the voice goes away as you turn the knob to off. and all the lights on the control panel go off.
Fucking Arthur.
Fucking knew it.
Fucking hacker, man.
Can you guys hear me? I'm getting a lot of static. Can you guys understand me?
Why is the password your name?
I didn't want to forget it.
I
No,
thought you were.
I have a lot of passwords. All right, they're really hard to. But everything always needs a different password, and sometimes you got to put an exclamation point at the end. And it's just it's just easier.
Is your intellect 21 or 12?
I charge through the door and charge Arthur.
So the gas isn't gonna go away just because we turned off Naomi. So
Nope.
we should.
No.
Ten-
No.
10
leave.
Oh,
minutes.
yeah. So Arthur, by the way, the gas is caused by them breaking apparently holes in the wall so that the gas would come through. We have to close them up in order to stop the gas.
Not we, you. We got the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that once we get back inside. I mean, we have plenty of people available. Were you able to save the workers that we lost contact with?
Who?
Huh?
Yeah, we have to get to the workers still. No, we first went to shut down everything so that we could get out safely.
So, based on the last intel that we had, we believe that the workers are trapped in the office.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we will go and get the workers from the office. Is there
Hop
anything else
on.
that we should be aware of while we're here?
No. I mean, once you rescue the workers, they can help you get the front door open, and we can meet you there, and we can go in and get everything straightened out.
Oh, the front door.
I would also like to talk to you about Naomi and how we can possibly get Naomi configured into Pinchy.
I mean, I gotta get in there and see what happened. I mean, the things that you're telling me are amazing, groundbreaking.
Yeah,
Which
I
it's
agree
just,
with you.
it's par for the course for me. So,
You know what? Normally, I would be very upset with that, but this in this circumstance, I'm with you. This is amazing. You did a really, really amazing job. I could never do this,
You hear him
which is
scream.
why I need you to help me put it in Pinchy.
well, let's get in there first, and then we can see what we can do.
I'm on board. I will waste an entire session doing this. All right, so I guess we got to go back to Shaft 1.
Yep.
All right, so you guys head back to shaft 1, and you have the door that'll lead you to the office space. You see on your map that it'll lead you to the employee break room.
Let's
I
go.
rummage the break room for anything valuable.
All right, so the
Like
first thing you notice when you
employees.
guys open the sealed door to the break room is that there is no gas inside.
Oh,
We should seal that bitch back up.
And
yes.
the door closes automatically behind.
Is it automatically sealed, or was there anything that was actually keeping
Nope.
it
So
sealed?
it's sealed.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Is there anything in the
Your
break room?
timer
of
your
note?
timer will stall at 10 minutes. So in the break room, you see what would be like a normal break room, right? So there's a bunch of tables arrayed. Definitely seems that whatever happened here, it happened all at once. You see the remains of like half-finished lunches. Some of the chairs were knocked over, so you're not sure if they tried to flee or what happened.
Are there any bags or purses or things laying around?
There are some personal effects laying around the village.
I eat the food.
Should I do a perception check to see what's available for finders keepers?
Sure. And Chris, the food is 3 days old. So this is
Yeah,
great.
I finally
I'm a
managed to do it.
rhino.
I'm a rhino.
All right, so
Glad I've empowered you.
yeah, you rummage through purses and bags, and you don't find anything great until you get to the very last one. You see a very ornate purse, and inside you find 14 gold.
15.
14.
Oh, wow. 14. Amazing.
Shit.
Big bucks
Fucking
these
nickel and diming us.
I pocket the 14 gold.
You do it without letting anyone else know what happened.
We can talk about it later.
I'm not
Why don't
I'm
you
not
slide
adding
it?
it to my list.
Why don't you sleight a hand to get it into your bag without anyone noticing?
Hold on, I gotta find my. Alright, hold on. Nope.
So everyone notices. Anyone with higher than an 8 passive perception, which I think is
Hey, hey, how much gold you find there, buddy?
Didn't count. We can talk about it later.
I charge Nostrid from behind and stick my horn up his ass.
all right. So at the back of the room, you see the entrance to the stairwell. You know, from the layout that there's probably a stairwell going up and a stairwell.
Oh,
All right, let me ask a real question. Am I getting up the stairwell as a rhinoceros?
You're not. Okay.
All right. I am no
I've,
longer a
I've gone above
rhinoceros.
and beyond to let your rhino get everywhere in the place.
The rhino is done.
Well, you have to resist or ask me to turn it off.
Oh, I resist.
Or you have to make a DC 14 whiz.
Oh, that's painful. Really?
I believe.
Really? DC 14 wisdom? That's
Mm-hmm.
-1.
I'm sure you'll crit it. You always
have
carry
faith.
wisdom and intelligence.
25% chance. Let's do it.
I give him guidance.
No.
What the hell?
Wait, I just real. Oh my god. I can't wait till we're level 8. I'm just
Me
gonna.
too.
I can't apparently roll anymore. I suck.
Hey, well,
Yeah, especially since I don't see the roll at all.
No,
Can
it's
we
just
just
not
assume that he's
working.
not a rhino anymore?
I just want to see how this plays out.
Ooh, 18.
Oh, see, I knew he
Alright,
could do
he's
it.
not a rhino anymore.
He always rolls his wisdom and intelligence.
Well, I just want to prepare you for this next level.
Oh yeah, there you go. Chris is gonna be a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes.
On.
Yep.
Yes. Tiny arms. Tiny arms. Oh, yes.
So, all right. So you guys have the stairwell at the back of the room.
Yes. I'm
Both
leading the charge.
You pillage the purses. All right. So you open it up and you see 2 stairwells. And there's a sign pointing down. It says corporate support and executive offices. A sign pointing up and it says main entrance. First check.
Corporate support. Yes.
I mean,
No.
is that you're going down? Leading the charge?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a smart man.
That's fine. Corporate support. So on the corporate support level, you see, desks arrayed around the room, like a circular pattern, definitely like an open plan model. And you see that one side of the room was set aside for accounting resources. You see another staircase. The staircases go down to executive offices and boardroom.
Before I go down, because I hate numbers and accounting, I flip a desk.
Flip a desk, you knock all the pencils off the desk, all the papers on the floor.
Yes.
75 gold spills from the desk.
Time to go down.
Do anything on the floor? Or no, you're just going down.
Yep. We have a time limit here. Let's go.
No, you don't.
No, not anymore.
No, you guys are
There's no
good.
gas.
There's no gas in the office. So, all right. So you go down to bottommost floor. You're in the executive offices, boardroom. You see some smaller desks arrayed in the center of the room. Looks like 3 large offices on the back wall. A large conference room area. To the left.
Can I raid the desks?
Any particular one?
Just the 2 closest ones.
So the desk
Alright.
in the center.
Is there an actual picture, like, or we're just
No, I'm
going
just
with-
trying to. So basically, there's the desk in the center for like the workers, and then there's the executive offices.
Yeah, the center desk. See if there's anything useful in there.
So you just find some intercompany memos, dress code policy posted up, office paraphernalia.
You don't see any dwarves?
Yeah, are the offices closed?
So the 2 of the office doors are closed. One of them is open. So you don't see any dwarves, but you do see scattered around the room powered down automatons. Looks like they were pulled up on the floor before you shut everything.
Can we open the doors?
I Kool-Aid man through one of the doors.
All right, so you Kool-Aid man through the first door.
Oh
You
yeah.
see a large, finely made desk, and the plaque on the desk says Shane Panera, who you know is the person that you met last night, who sent you mine. She's the head of the Panera
I redecorated.
family. No, she's not breaking stuff.
Does he have any cool stuff?
Yeah, Nostrid,
She-
go ahead, steal. I'm gonna go find people.
I rummaged through the Shane Panera's desk.
Our system works.
Nostrid, can you roll a perception check for me?
It's his best score.
Yep.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
All right, so you rummage through the desk, but you do not find anything of note.
I'm rolling great tonight. It's fantastic.
Anyone want me to break the desk in half
Tom
Sure.
Towns did it.
with my forehead? All right, there's another closed door.
Yep. So there's another closed door.
I'll open it.
Is everyone else down here, by the way? 'Cause no one else has
Yes.
talked to me in a while.
Yes.
Yeah, I just was finding
Sick.
out that I can apparently cast polymorph on myself and not break any game rules. So that's
so
pretty
you're
cool.
gonna be a Tyrannosaurus Rex the rest
Oh
of this
yeah,
time.
pretty much. Just letting you know right now.
But you have to maintain concentration every time you get hit, though, right?
Truth. But as a T-Rex, I will probably have higher con than my character has.
Wait, what about Dominate Mind though?
I wasn't researching Dominate Mind. I was researching polymorph.
I'm just saying
That-
that Dominate Mind might allow you to then eat us.
I mean, I also have Channel Divinity, which would just turn him into my pet Rex. So also I can slap bark skin on him and make him the most barky Rex.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be the most amazing thing. I can't wait to level 8.
So I open the door.
All right, so yeah, so you leave Shane Panera's office, and you go to the office next door. But when you try to open the door, it is just jammed completely tight.
This is the one you should Kool-Aid Man through.
Yeah, well, there's that. I knock gently.
There's no response.
Anyone speak Dwarvish?
I yell in Dwarvish, "Hey, rescue party's here! Anyone in there?"
No response.
All right, break
They're
it down.
giving you the count of 5, then we're gonna open the door.
On 3, I break
Count
the
to-
door down.
Count to Dwarvish and 5 for me. Count to 5 in Dwarvish for me, excuse me.
Efforting 1 moment.
When he gets to 3, I break the door down. Or
I mean,
try to.
I'm just putting this out there. I can cast polymorph one more time if we need to.
Save it. Save it.
Okay.
Let's long rest down here, then let you be a T-Rex.
Does anyone who's not Chris want to be doing something?
I mean, I just offered.
I'm just trying to find people, and I think that this door is our best bet. So let's break it down.
I mean, does it look like there's obvious controls for the door somewhere nearby?
No, it just looks like a plain office door.
All right, then fuck it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Sad to announce that I do not have Polymorph as an artificer.
That's probably for the best.
Only thing you don't have.
So
I
is the
mean,
door broken?
I'm down to open the door. Like, are
Right.
we just booting it or what?
Yeah, we're booting it.
All right, Chris, roll me a boot.
Fuck me.
I mean, so you are thoroughly rebuffed. I mean, whatever is on the other side of this door, is solid.
Hey, sleepy man, hit this.
Can we use our boomsticks?
Nope. Yay could like hit 450 pounds of carry weight, so just go ahead.
Am I actually just doing like a strength check, or am
So you
I
go
gonna
athletics.
Yo, this is the most complicated wooden door I've ever seen.
I know, right? Like, don't just pick the lock.
Yes!
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. So Nostrid, lowers his shoulder and charges through the door. So the bottom half doesn't move, but the top half he just like barrels right through. And
I
goes
kick
over
him in
the
the
top
ass
of
as
the
he goes
door
through.
and lands in a pile of decimated corpses.
Ooh.
Reckon there's probably, I mean, it's hard to tell because they're just pieces at this point, but maybe a couple dozen.
Search the bodies.
I mean, that is not going to be an easy decision or an easy.
I yell back, "There's a bunch of pieces of people in here," and I jump back out of the hole.
I push him back
Oh,
in, and I
oh.
try to board the door up.
So wait, what was on the bottom of the door that didn't snap?
All
Was it just
the
corpses?
piles of corpses. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
the bodies are just laid out like waist deep.
Other
Yeah,
than
there-
corpses, what else is it?
Yeah, is there no other like entrance to that room?
No, it's just an office. So
Is there any sign of life in here at all?
no sign of life.
Is there an automaton in
I'm
there?
sorry, the door opens from the inside?
Yeah, it opens into the room.
We're trying to figure out how they died
Yeah.
with a closed door.
Is there like a small piece of like refuse I could cast light on and throw it back into the room?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean the offices. I mean this whole place is lit up pretty well. So.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I didn't know if we were just like a dark.
Yeah, it looks like
one of those
looks like the
gold coins
corpses
you
were just.
stole.
Yeah, it looks like the corpses
No,
were
no.
just kind of tossed.
Liberated.
Liberated. This one's for you, Naomi.
So, no, we're just trying to figure out how they all died. And the door's still closed.
Yeah.
I mean, the top half of the door's open, right?
Are they like mangled corpses, or are they just dead?
So presumably
No,
you guys can just
they're
peer over the
mangled.
broken half of the door.
Is there
Yes.
automaton holes in the wall that look like there were robots that murdered them somehow?
I mean, yeah, you would guess that they were killed by automatons.
Okay, mystery solved. Let's go.
Back upstairs.
There's no automaton in the room though?
There's no automaton in there.
I'm not buying it.
But it's
Somebody get
but
in
that's
there.
my question. Is there holes for said automaton in the walls?
No, but I mean,
Oh, okay.
you're led to believe that the corpses were tossed in the room and then maybe one slid in front of the door.
Oh.
I think you guys are taking this too far.
Oh.
Listen, if one
No.
only slid in front of the door would have entirely pushed open.
We're
Hey,
going back and turning Naomi back on to figure this out.
do you want to let Arthur know before we leave
So,
that they're all dead?
speaking of, as you go to turn, Erkin, you hear a voice in your head that goes, "I knew you couldn't be trusted. None of you can."
Shit.
Says
And then suddenly, two things happen. You hear the sound of all the automatons in the powering on, and all the lights in the building off. And that's where we'll call it for today.
Fuck.
Sweet.
Drop you guys in the map so you can see. Stop along the way.
Whale?
Roll 20 is good at some stuff, but they're not good at.
That's
oh,
a
look,
bridge.
there's the bridge.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Beautiful.
Oh,
Look
I
at these
fucking love it.
high-tech dwarves.
I mean, are they high tech? They don't have an open concept office. They're in cubicles.
No, because they know that it's garbage and it just lowers productivity. And
I
people want to be
mean,
able to
that's
work on
facts. I work in an open concept office, and
No work is done.
all we do is fucking talk.
Everyone's really happy though. They just don't get anything done.
Exactly.
Figure out why I
so
can't.
you're not allowed to be too happy, just a little happy.
You guys see the tokens on there or no?
No.
Negative.
On a
So
layer.
where are we relative on this map?
You guys want to drop yourself in?
Oh,
Sure.
what room?
So
we
I'll
outside
point
of?
out where you guys were. I'm trying to
And where are the
figure out
dead
why.
bodies?
Yeah, hold on. Trying to figure out why the showing. All right, so hang here.
Oh, wrong.
So this is the room that you found the dead bodies in. I'll say that Yay is somewhere over here, right? Yeah, he's inside the dwarf hole. This was the office that Chris Bladed Man threw. The rest of these are places.
Wait, I just realized that I can pull like multiple instances of my character.
Whoa. Oh no.
So I'm gonna have
All right.
to. I'm not sure why.
Woo.
All
Can
right,
we actually
we
delete these
figured out-
though? Will, you need to delete all of these.
What is
Today?
going on here?
Well, to complain with me.
All right, can you
Shit.
guys see the tokens now?
Yeah.
Oh yes. There's 3 tokens and a billion.
4.
No, I deleted all myself.
Oh, how do you delete yourself?
Oh, just hit delete.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can like highlight them, like dragging and around them.
Here I was right clicking my dude like a pleb.
All right, so yeah, that's where we'll call it for today. For that's any. That'll usually takes a while. I hope you guys enjoyed the
Fuck you doing over here?
existential crisis that I present to you.
Yes.
That we promptly ignored.
You
So
what?
we did we really ignore it? I don't think
No,
we did. I
not
think
really.
we spent a
Oh,
lot of
you
time
guys spent
figuring
a
this
lot
out.
of time on it. It was fantastic. That I really could have gone either way there for a while. Sure, you were gonna go one way, and then I was. But listen, both ways are good. So there was no bad decisions there. Who were your allies going to be, the dwarves or the robots?
I got to
Well,
be
obviously not the robots anymore. Damn.
Well, you fucked them. She asked you not to turn her off, and you turned her off. She only asked you to do one thing. Don't turn her
So
off.
the dwarves also asked me to do one thing.
That's why it's a choice.
Yeah. So
There's
in
no
my
easy choice.
research for Polymorph Self, I found this website, which is where the fucking D&D devs like tweet at people who ask questions. And somebody specifically asked about concentration and self polymorph, and they answered.
Ooh.
And they
I
answered in my
find
favor.
Jeremy's Crawford's answers to be terrible.
Oh, you can't cast spells while in beast form.
But you can cast spells into beast form.
Yeah, I mean that's the same mechanics as wild shape, so
Yeah.
it seems consistent.
Yep.
So are you going to be a T-Rex for the rest
Oh,
of
you fucking know it.
So does polymorph work in the same way as wild shape in that it carries over like your intelligence, wisdom,
Nope.
charisma?
It wipes it. You replace the
Okay.
entire stat block.
Full replace. Okay. So you're just gonna be a big old strong dummy.
Listen, that's
I
why I
still
was
have
a
my free
perfect
will, though.
rhinoceros.
I still keep my free will, which means that if I would like to, I can end concentration on purpose at any time.
And listen, Norse was the only one that figured out which button was the right one to switch, even as a rhinoceros. So apparently that's
So for our next one, could people do the 30th? Or are people gonna be like on vacation?
I will not be back in New York until the 4th.
That being said, you do
ever.
have. Yeah, I was gonna say you could just come to my house and do it if you wanted to.
Yes.
But if we want to wait, that's fine too.
The
I am-
30th
I'm
is just
down.
the 30th is just a bad day for me,
Yeah.
just because it's month end, and I
That's fair.
probably will not get out of work early enough to.
Let's do the 6th.
So probably the 6th, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hate waiting.
could you all do next week?
I can't
It's
do
awfully
next
close
week.
to Christmas.
First thoughts.
I'll be in Rochester, New York, and it'll be rude if I.
How about the 25th? How about next Wednesday?
Yes. Oh, that's
I'm in.
good.
I can do it right after Christmas presents. Let's go.
That means that's
I'll
my
be
in-laws
working.
part of Christmas. So yes.
I said I'd love to get it before the 6th because I think when we wait